What's a story you'll never tell your kids? When I was 17, my mom started dating this guy, Derek, who moved in after 3 months. Derek had this annoying habit of eating my leftovers from work. I'd save half my sandwich from my restaurant job for later, and it would be gone by morning. He'd shrug and say, "Sorry, kiddo, didn't see your name on it." This went on for months. My coworkers started making fun of me for never having lunch money because I had to buy new food every day. Derek would just laugh when I complained to mom, saying I needed to learn to share and stop being so selfish about food in a shared household. The final straw came when I specifically labeled a container of pasta I made for my girlfriend's birthday dinner the next day. I wrote Emma's birthday dinner, do not touch, in big letters on the lid. The next morning, it was completely empty in the sink. Derek just shrugged when I confronted him and said he was really hungry after his workout. I had to scramble to make something else for Emma's dinner, showing up 2 hours late to her party because I had to cook from scratch again. She was understanding, but I was humiliated in front of her family. Then I discovered Derek was doing something way worse than stealing food. I came home early from work one day with a stomach bug and heard him on the phone in the kitchen, bragging to someone about how he found the perfect setup. Free rent, free meals, and some naive kid who works at a restaurant brings home dinner every night like clockwork. He was literally using my mom for free housing and me for free food delivery service. He even joked about how easy it was to manipulate us both, calling me a pushover who never fights back. He told his friend that my mom was so desperate for companionship she'd believe anything he said. That conversation made my blood boil. I realized Derek saw us as easy marks, not family. He had zero respect for either of us and was actively bragging about taking advantage of our kindness. I decided to teach Derek a very painful lesson about taking things that don't belong to you. I knew he always grabbed the first thing he saw in the fridge when he got home from the gym, so I started preparing special meals designed specifically for his greedy hands. For a week straight, I brought home delicious-looking sandwiches in pasta containers loaded with the hottest peppers our restaurant kitchen had. Ghost pepper mayo mixed with regular mayo so it looked normal. Habanero cheese melted into what appeared to be regular cheddar. Carolina Reaper sauce carefully blended into marinara that looked like plain tomato sauce. I made sure everything looked absolutely perfect and appetizing. The sandwiches had fresh lettuce and tomatoes. The pasta had beautiful herbs sprinkled on top. To anyone else, they looked like regular delicious leftovers from an upscale restaurant. Derek took the bait every single time. The first day I heard him coughing violently in the kitchen, but he never said anything to me or mom. The second day I caught him secretly chugging milk straight from the carton at midnight, sweating and pacing around the kitchen. By day 3, he was visibly suffering during family dinners, constantly reaching for his water glass and excusing himself to the bathroom. Mom kept asking if he was getting sick, but he insisted he was fine. Day 4 was when I really saw him break. He came home from the gym, grabbed my labeled pasta container as usual, and I heard the most satisfying yelp of pain from the kitchen, followed by frantic cabinet slamming as he searched for anything to cool his mouth. Derek never said anything to me directly about the spicy food, probably because he knew he'd have to admit he was stealing my meals. But I'd catch him opening the fridge, staring at my containers, then quietly closing it and making his own food instead. After 5 days of this torture, he started avoiding the kitchen entirely when I was around. He'd wait until I left for work to eat anything, and even then, he'd carefully inspect every container before touching it. The breaking point came on day 7, when he accidentally grabbed my final creation, a beautiful-looking chicken sandwich, with enough ghost pepper to stop a charging bull. I heard him literally screaming from the kitchen, followed by the sound of our entire gallon of milk being chugged in one go. 2 hours later, Derek announced to mom that he needed his own space to focus on his fitness goals. He moved out that weekend, claiming our house was too distracting for his workout routine. Mom was heartbroken for about a week until she realized how much extra money she had without Derek eating all our groceries and running up the electric bill. She never found out the real reason he left, and I never had to share my work leftovers again. To this day, I smile whenever I see ghost peppers at the grocery store.